Hello YouTube, it's me again, and today's video is a warning to black women. Normally I offer criticism to black women, to black men, not for the benefit of bashing you, but for the benefit of the education of my brothers. However, today I'm concerned about you. And what concerns me is how you will respond in the upcoming economic collapse. The dollar, as you know, is under great pressure, and it is about to fall. And I'm not saying it's going to fall tomorrow or next week or next month, but it is in all likelihood going to fall in 2016. And what that will mean for all of us, but particularly for you, is that we will all have to scramble for resources. In the past, the government and corporate America has provided resources to the black woman, which has made her life easier, comfortable, and predictable. But in a time of crisis, in all likelihood, those resources will be withdrawn. The country will go under martial law, and they will centralize the distribution of resources needed by the general population. In case you're unaware, in a dollar collapse scenario, one of the big things that will be disrupted are import and exports. And if there's any currency in the world that's still good, agricultural suppliers are going to ship food stocks to those countries where they have good currencies over American markets. So food will be in short supply. Big Daddy, the U.S. government, is going to entice you to join him in a FEMA camp. I am highly advising you not to take their invitation. That invitation could lead to many different scenarios, most of them ending in death. If there is not a deliberate attempt to do a mass extermination, you can expect food supplies to run out in these camps, and then rioting and extreme violence to take place. And the only solution that the guards of these camps will have in a situation like that is to start mowing down the camp residents. So I know that sounds extreme, and I know that most of you sisters do not dwell in this world where this sort of reality is pondered and thought through. But it is a situation that has a high probability of occurring. While you have been working, twerking, and having fun, your white female counterparts have been getting ready. Have they invited you to the gun range? Do you own a handgun? Do you own a hunting rifle? Do you own an assault rifle? Do you have camis? Do you have hiking clothing? Do you have tents, backpacks? If you don't, then you're not ready. But your white girlfriends at work, they have all of this. They're ready. They know what's about to happen. See, Black Lives Matter and the New Black Panthers and many of these other organizations that have been going across the country stirring up trouble are COINTELPRO operations. And what that means is that the U.S. government, your loving President Barack Obama, has incited these groups, has funded these groups. Black Lives Matter, for instance, is financed by George Soros. He's not black. He's a billionaire, and he stirs up trouble all over the world. The purpose of these groups has been to antagonize white America and to create enough tension so that they can have a race war. The race war is not going to be random groups of whites attacking random groups of blacks. The race war is going to be the United States government, FEMA, state police, local police, U.S. military, going into areas that have heavy concentrations of black Americans and exterminating them on the spot or hauling them off to FEMA camps. I know this sounds extreme and it's not something that you normally entertain, but it's something that you need to think about. You need to explore this topic because of all the people I can think of, you're the least prepared. These wild young men that many of you have raised are not going to be assets to you. They have no discipline. They don't know how to use their firearms. They shoot their firearms sideways, for God's sake. That just shows you how incompetent they are. If you have one of these young men in your house and you don't have a criminal record, I suggest you buy a handgun, you go to a shooting range, and you take the young man with you. Take a shooting class. Let him learn how to actually use a gun. And let me tell you what the other benefit of that is. When you learn how to use it properly, you learn to respect it. The likelihood of you using it in an unwarranted situation drops dramatically. So I'm suggesting to you that you engage these young men in preparation process. You need to start storing food. If you have young children, you're going to have to store away 3 months supply. You're going to have some of it portable so that you can take it with you if you have to flee quickly. You don't want to go into the FEMA camps. I need to tell you that. You don't want to do that. That's a death trap. So I'm going to stop the video here because all I can do is repeat what I've already said. What you need to do is some research. You need to type into Google pending race war and see what you get. You need to look at what has been what has been outcomes from economic collapse in other countries. I can tell you that Argentina has had several economic collapses. Explore that. Look at what has happened inside of Syria. Although they're in a so-called civil war, a lot of the troubles that they experience is the result of their currency collapsing because of the war. Look at the displacement. Think about the Katrina event and what happened there. Minus the floods, the chaos, confusion, and scarcity of resources is likely to repeat itself. So do your research. Use those as examples to guide you so that you're not caught off guard. I'm signing off and I wish you the best.